Okay, I'm going to give you guys another example of a project that I purchased recently from videohive.net. So this is a good one, an example for adding photos to a project. So I open it up here, and as you can see here, the first thing you notice is the main composition, the main sequence, has a lot of different layers. You have this bar over here, you can scroll up and down, and you can see that there are over 100 different layers, and those are all placeholders for photos. And you'll probably run into this if you are purchasing a slideshow template on videohive.net as well. So first things first, I'm going to add the photos into my project. So started a new photos folder right there by clicking the folder button. And then you go over to Finder, or in Windows your Documents, and find some photos that you want to add to your project. So I'm just going to add a few that I took on a recent trip over to Europe. So there I have my 4 photos. Then I'm going to go into each of these compositions and add the photos. So again, these are placeholders, and you can find them in this top level placeholder folder in your project window. So if I open that up, you can see all of the different compositions from 0 all the way to 116. Or you can open them by clicking on them within the sequence itself. So this slide projector top level sequence down here, you can double click each of these sequences. So say I want to add my first photo to this second one right here. So click that. And then I just add my photo to the top of this sequence, or this composition. Now I'm going to fit this view up to 100% so I can see better. And you will notice that the quality is not that good, and that's because it's at quarter quality, quarter resolution. So I can click this drop down and select full. Sometimes it's good to keep it at quarter or below full so that you can render, and After Effects works a little bit faster when it's not full resolution. Okay, so this photo is not big enough for this composition, so we're going to be doing what we did with the text in a previous lesson by pressing S to bring up scale and then increasing that to fill the frame size. So all of these different layers beneath this photo layer we don't need, so you can either delete them or just leave them be, but make sure that your photo layer is above them. You'll notice that this photo isn't as high a resolution as it should be. I'm increasing the scale up to 500% or almost 500% to fill the frame of this video. So you will want to choose photos that are at least the resolution of your video frame size. So the scale should be around 100 or below when you put them into your compositions. So now if I go back to my slide projector sequence, now this photo is there in that sequence, as you can see there. So let's just repeat that one more time to show you how to do it. If we go to my placeholders and go to the third sequence, and I just click on the timeline to view it, and then let's go to my photos folder. We'll drag this second one. Now this one's a lot larger, so this one fills the frame. And I can change the scale by pressing S again and decrease it a little bit. Just make sure that it fills everything in the frame. And you can place it however you want. And you will notice that when you have photos, usually the aspect ratio of the photos is different than the video screen, because the video screen is typically 16:9. That's the aspect. And your photos have a little bit more of a square aspect. So now let's go back to the slide projector, and this cool slideshow, it kind of looks like a projector, and it goes from placeholder 2 to placeholder 3, and those are the 2 images that we added. So you would go through all of these compositions and add photos to each individual composition, and once it's all full and you're ready to export, you would go up to Composition, hit Add to Render Queue, will pop up, and you will choose the settings that you want. So for this bottom one, this is the one that we have queued. I can delete these top 2 projects that weren't rendered. So this is the one we want to render. Hit lossless, click Format Options, change from animation to H.264, which is a high quality QuickTime, but it ends up being a smaller file size, more manageable. Click OK, click OK again, and then click this Output to slide projector, and then you can just set where you want to save your project to. So that is the whole example of how you can open up an After Effects template, import photos, replace the photos, and place them into the sequences that you want, and then export and save that file for posting online or sharing with friends and family. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, as always, you can reach me at videoschoolonline.com.